This video is for anybody that was planning on purchasing Gypsy's re-release of My Time to Lie here in a few days. She's already pushing pre-orders, and I believe that it's unethical to buy this book because she is essentially making money off the crime that she committed. She's making money off being a mommy murderer. I just don't feel like purchasing this book and supporting this nonsense is the right thing to do. Not to mention, Gypsy never addressed several inconsistencies within the book itself. And don't take my word for it. Let's look at the reviews. Let's go look at the page where she sells her book. This site has it as an editor's pick and is categorizing it under best biographies and memoirs. Well, what is this New York Times best-selling book really about? I listened to the audiobook and I couldn't even finish the thing because it was so much of a victim bashing session in regards to her mother, Dee Dee. I made a list of all the names and bad things she called her mother in this book, and it was 3 pages long, and I didn't even finish this thing. And it was disgusting. Like, it was so ick. This says, forced to use a wheelchair in public and endure a lifetime of faux illness, fraud, and exploitation, Gypsy was subjected not only to her mother's medical, physical, and emotional abuse, but deprived of childhood milestones, prevented from attending school or socializing. Gypsy's formative years were defined by pain and isolation. Gypsy Manson was definitely not isolated, and her illnesses were not faux. Oh, I love this part. After serving 8 years in prison for the role she played in her mother Dee Dee's murder, they're calling it the role. All that's doing is minimizing her involvement in what really happened. It wasn't a role. She was the starring actor. They are calling this a revelatory, harrowing, and ultimately hopeful memoir. Gypsy shares the painful realities she grew up with and the details of her life that only she knows, including the abusive cycle that began with Dee Dee's abuse by her father. What does that mean? Are you trying to say that Dee Dee was abusing Rod? What a crock. Gypsy's fear that continued unnecessary surgery would leave her truly disabled? Huh? What? How it felt to finally see her family again as her authentic self. See, Gypsy knows she's got to put something out there to re-entice the people back to her book, which is precisely why she mentions her ex, Nick Godejohn. It's just truly disgusting behavior that she is willing to make money off the death of her mother, as well as the man who is serving the rest of his life behind bars because he was under the impression that he was rescuing her. And it was all a lie, in my opinion. Before we get into some of the lower star reviews, I want to show you guys what the positive reviews look like, okay? This one says, this is an accurate reflection of traumatic memories. Traumatic memories are not recalled in linear, crisp, perfect form. They are by nature fragmented, choppy, blurry, and inconsistent. Take the book for what it is. Try to take on the viewpoint of being a little girl who is living in her moment, in her reality. First of all, she was not a little girl. She was a grown adult. She was 23 years old. There are several reviews about inconsistencies you can pause to read. There are also reviews saying that the book came damaged or dirty with folded pages, and I don't even know if these people got their money back. There should be 0 stars, full of lies. The book that she wrote is full of lies and contradictions. I agree. Another one that states book of lies. This is not a memoir of any sort. This book has too much smexualizing Dee Dee. There is literally smexualizing of everything in this book. It reads like smut. And the massive number of analogies. You do not need an analogy in every other sentence. We get it. We have another person claiming the book was in poor condition and wasn't brand new and should have been. Hours of complete lies. Now, this is about the audiobook. Y'all, this was hours of listening to a grown woman pretending to speak like a child while switching between various accents, even though we've heard her real voice a million times. And it's all lies that have already been debunked by police records, medical records, and her own testimony. Glad I got it for free. We got another 1-star review down there for inconsistencies again. Poor. This book is very different from her interviews. It's hard to know what is real and what is not. It didn't even have a trigger warning. Oh, that's a really good point. Love to buy stuff. It definitely needs an 18 up trigger warning. Like, who would dedicate that to their daughter? And now you're dedicating that to your daughter and making a prologue to the man that murdered your mom? Huh? This buyer below said they were going to return it. Gross. She can't keep her story straight at all, and her lies are easily proven. I didn't expect it to be so overly sexual. She lies all through the book. Disgusting thing I ever read. Most disgusting. The book didn't match what she said after the murder. And then this review, I believe with the most, bash Dee Dee. This is a total Dee Dee bashing book. I could not believe the things that were said about a woman who cannot speak for herself. What can I say? These are reviews from people that actually spent their hard-earned money on this book. Comment below which review you agree with the most.